This whole rock right here is full of opals. I'll show you.
Pretty cool. Today we are rock hounding on the border of California and Nevada, and we are looking for precious opals. And when you first find these things, they're going to look like this. They're going to come in these prehistoric mud clumps of ash. And if you can see those little white specks in the middle there, those are actually opals. Now these aren't the high quality ones that we're looking for because we're not actually at the collecting site yet.
Okay, we spotted our first sign. This looks very promising.
So these opals are called hydrophane opals because they need water to shine. I'll show you what I mean. This opal is actually very high quality, but you can't really tell out in the field until you take it home and give it some water. And now, check out those colors. That looks so much more closer to what we normally think of as an opal. I'm also finding a lot of fire agate out here, which is always a good sign. I'm always down to find some fire agate. Also, we have some seam agate. This whole spot is shaping up to be a really awesome rock hounding location. Now, you'll notice that not all of these opals have that rainbow play of color in it. Some are just plain white. We call that common opal. And there's two different reasons for that. Number one, it could be that the opal has dried out completely over the years. Or number two, it could be that the correct mixture of minerals wasn't actually present in this particular layer of opals when it was forming. Like this right here, you can see that small speck of green fire in there. That's telling us that we actually have good quality precious opal. So far all the specimens I'm finding are really small, but I'm not even close to the main collecting area, so that's a really good sign. Here's some more precious opal. I'm going to zoom in there. It can use a bit of water, but you can see the rainbow right on the edges there. And it's going to look even better once we get some water on it, of course.
So the sunlight helps a lot. You don't really want to be hunting for opals in the shade because you're looking for that fire, that play of color that only comes from the sun glinting off the surface.
I'm going to keep hiking down this canyon here. This is very indicative of what a normal California rock hounding desert location would be looking like. And I know I'm getting closer when I find this, some more of this greenish blue opal. You see it right there, just right in the tip. You really have to have a good eye to spot this stuff. And you know that layer of opal-bearing gemstone ash? There it is, right at the top there.
So because the way this opal has formed, you can only find it pretty much in this thin strip layer of earth here, this ash. If you look too high, the opal will have dried out and lost its fire, and if you look too low, you won't find any.
And so here's some stuff that I'm finding in that layer of ash. All of these small specks of opal, some larger ones right here. Anything that you can dig out and has that little glint of green, blue, some of them even have some red opals in them. And the reason why this is so cool is that there's very few places in California where you can actually find precious opal. So I'm finding enough signs that I'm pretty sure that this is the hill. So I'm just going to chisel away and chip away at the top and see what comes off. Here's a great one. Check out that blue opal right at the tip. You can see some red fire opal in that one right there. Here's a really nice little pocket. This one right here is an amazing one, but again, you can't really tell, so I'm going to show you. This is what it looks like dry, and this is what it looks like wet once it's had some water. Such a difference a little water makes with these opals.
So the irony is that you need sunlight in order to find these opals because the sun needs to glint off of it so you can see the play of color, but you can't stay out too long in the sun because we're in the desert and it's hot. So the best time to hunt for opals is in the winter. The sun is out so you can see, but the temperatures are bearable.
And now I'm going to show you my best find of the day. I had to dig a little bit, and you can tell it looks like regular dirt until you come upon 3 little white dots. You work it out, and that is the best one. Again, doesn't look like anything, right? Let me show you with a little water on it. Boom. That is my best find of the day. This was probably one of my most exciting rock hounding moments to date. I was so blown away to find actual precious opal in California. Precious opal. Pretty cool.